In December of 1860, after a period of great disagreement and discomfort, states began to secede, the U.S. to form the new government, dubbed the Confederate States of America. The secessionist states wanted to balance the rules they felt were most beneficial to them, creating a nation that could continue to enslave the 3.5 million Africans that had been forced into domestic servitude. These slaves were the backbone of the economy in the southern states, the area where the Confederacy blossomed, as they were the reason the product from farms could be created so quickly and in the large quantities needed for the economy that had grown at a rate of about 2% per year since the founding of the country. The Confederacy was built upon a clear foundation of white supremacy within its very government. As clearly illustrated in this quote, our new government is founded upon exactly the opposite idea. Its foundations are laid, its cornerstone rests upon the great truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man, that slavery's subordination to the superior race is his natural and normal condition. This, our new government, is the first in the history of the world based upon this great physical, philosophical, and moral truth. The American Civil War, the battle between the Union States and the Confederacy, lasted just short of 4 years. When the Confederacy lost the war, surrendering on May 13, 1865, the former American states that had seceded were required to pay damage reparations to rejoin the Union, and the 14th Amendment was created to force these returning states to change their entire mentality regarding slavery. It said that states with racist laws, policies, or those giving little to no protection against racism would have less representation in Congress, forcing the slave states to rethink a lot of their policies. Now that the South could not own slaves, they created Jim Crow laws to keep black people subservient and oppressed under the law. These Jim Crow laws were not struck down until the Civil Rights Movement of the 1960s.
Throughout the Civil War, the Confederacy raised two specific banners as their flags, both representing their ideals and passion for victory. The Confederate flag stands for a failed nation built on white supremacy. Even today, the Confederate flag is still used as a symbol of white supremacy and racism. In parts of Europe, neo-Nazi and fascist groups have taken to replacing swastika flags with the Confederate flag. The KKK, a group known for its blatant racism, still flies the flag at meetings and events. There's still a large amount of people in the South that claim the flag is a piece of heritage, and that the Confederacy and its soldiers are a part of American history. In the viral Facebook post, Southerner Josh Clark challenges the idea that protecting Southern heritage is more important than the feelings of black people in America. After the Confederate flag was linked to the Charleston massacre shooter, Dylan Roof, the black community is beseeching the South to re-examine the history and admit the racist implications of the flag in the hashtag #TakeItDown movement. The hashtag #TakeItDown movement, born out of reaction to the Charleston massacre, both positive and negative, asks that people across the world learn the factual history of the Confederate ideals and symbols, as well as understand that these symbols are still relevant. Dylan Roof, a white supremacist, entered the Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church on June 17, 2015, and opened fire on the people in the church. 9 people were killed, and Roof admitted to the shootings, as well as admitting to it being racially motivated and wanting to start a race war. In the weeks after, people of color have started to push to get rid of the Confederate flag in the states permanently. Roof can be found posing with it, along with posing in front of historic black history sites while brandishing a pistol or standing on and burning American flags. As the hashtag #TakeItDown movement gains momentum, videos of people of color removing the Confederate flag from truck decals, buildings, and homes are surfacing on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Various states are voting on removing the Confederate flag and other Civil War monuments throughout the South. Just last week, South Carolina brought down the Confederate flag outside the Capitol, a decision that has splintered opinions of the people. Bree Newsom, a filmmaker and activist from North Carolina, was arrested at South Carolina's Capitol for scaling a flagpole and pulling down the Confederate flag. Newsom and her assistant, James Tyson, are now facing a $5,000 fine and/or 3 years in prison for defacing state property. Bree has been vocal about the injustice of her arrest, like taking to mocking the fact that she spent more time in jail than Darren Wilson, the officer that murdered Mike Brown last August. Out of the 50 American states, only one has any laws prohibiting the display of the Confederate flag. California passed legislation in 2014 that makes it illegal to display the banner on government grounds, with the exception of museums and when the purpose is educational. Interestingly, 5 states have laws prohibiting the burning of the American flag, but those laws have been overruled by the Supreme Court and cannot be upheld.
What else is on your mind? Did we cover it all? Make sure to like, comment, and follow us here and on our social media. Links are in the description below. I'm Chantilly. See y'all later.